Hey guys, how you doing? So I hope you're doing good. For me, I can say I am good because I have the chance to make a very great video for you today, and I'm also very happy to see everyone who is watching this video. So I see some people who've already subscribed to the channel, and I see some others who don't do it yet and they're thinking about doing so. And I also see some people who are watching a video for the first time on the channel and they're already thinking about subscribing to it. So I'm very happy for all of that. I hope you're going to do so. So please do it, and thank you beforehand because that is going to encourage me to keep making more great videos for you. Okay, so as you can see today in this video, I'm going to talk about how to learn vocabularies in a foreign language. So I decided to make a video about that because I usually hear people struggling with that. Learning vocabularies in a foreign language. That's why I thought it was important to make a video about it, and today in this video I'm going to give you some tips to help you with that. Okay, so the 3 tips I have for you today about that learn relevant words is the first one, and the second one is to study them in a list. So make a list of the words to study them together, and the last one is to pay attention to the context. So these are the 3 tips I have for you today. So let's start with the first one, which is learn relevant words. I mean by that, learn words you really need. Words you're going to use almost every day and hear people using almost every day. So the purpose of a language is to communicate. A language is a means of communication, as everyone knows. So if your goal is to communicate when you're learning a foreign language, why should you focus on any word you see in the language and try to learn them, even if it is a word you're not really going to use in the language? So you should focus on words you know that may be part of daily use and you'll be able to use almost every day. So some people may be asking, how can I know those words? Okay, so if you take your mother tongue as a model, think about words you use almost every day in your mother tongue. For example, when you're at school, maybe at work or at home, talking to your family members or talking to your friends, anywhere you are, or even when watching movies. So consider the words you see you use almost every day or hear people using almost every day in your mother tongue. And when you're learning a foreign language, those words should be your priority. So now let's go for tip number 2. Study your words in a list together. So when you discover new words, try to make a list of them. And when you're studying them, try to do it for them together. For example, you can study them by repeating them together several times. So you repeat each word in its translation several times, and you do so for the whole words, and then you may even do it back, and after that you can try to look at the words without the meanings to see the ones of which you remember the meanings and the ones of which you forgot the meanings. So the ones of which you forgot the meanings, you can try to repeat them again several times so you can really get used to those words and remember them. And maybe in the next day or after a couple of hours, you can try to review the words. So some people may be asking now, how can I enrich my vocabularies? How can I discover those new words? Okay, so you can do so while practicing, for example by yourself or with other people. For the new words, you can use a dictionary to look them up, or while watching movies or any video with subtitles. So every time you see some new words appear in some sentences, you can take screenshots of those sentences, and then you can go to the screenshot list and write those words down in a vocabulary notebook. Or you can also do so while reading. So every new word you see, you just underline them, and then you can write them down in your vocabulary notebook. Or you can also use some vocab apps for that. So for the new words you see that are very common for you, you can just take them and put them in your vocabulary notebooks. So now let's go for the last tip, which is pay attention to the context. So each word may have its proper context, or when you see several words mean the same thing, they are always interchangeable. Sometimes they may be interchangeable and sometimes not. So sometimes you can see you can replace a word by the other or the others but sometimes you cannot do so. So it is important to know the context of the words. So how can you know the context of a word? Well, when you learn a word in a sentence, it is important to pay attention to the context in which the word is used. Or when you see several words mean the same thing, you can type those words on Google or YouTube to see if there isn't any difference between those words. You can type, for example, one of them versus the other or the others. Or when you learn the word in an isolated way, I mean alone, you can also use an app like Reverso Context to type the word. So Reverso Context is a great app. I'm going to put the link in the description below for you. So you can type the word in Reverso Context. Not only they are going to give you the meaning of the word, but they're also going to give you some examples to help you discover the context of the words. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you don't do it yet. Like the video if it were useful for you. Thanks a lot. Bye. I'll see you in the next video.